right, what is up, gang? I did a video earlier today about speculated fights for 2025, and the one that started me to do that video was because I listened to Michael Bisping, and it was Colby Covington versus Sean Strickland, and Bisping was saying he got it from a interview Colby did with Submission Radio. Well, when I go on break later, I end up listening to about half of the interview of Submission Radio. I didn't make it all the way through. So I completely missed where he mentioned Sean Strickland, where Colby mentioned Sean Strickland. But what I did catch, and what makes a lot more sense to me, and it was something I mentioned in the video. I was like, I didn't get the full context on the question or how it was worded for Colby to say Sean Strickland. Because Colby will say yes to anybody to be entertaining. And now that I listened to the interview, I'm even more confident. Colby does not want to fight Sean Strickland. He's just being entertaining with his statement. I'm really confident that Colby wants to fight Gilbert Burns. That matchup makes a lot of sense. Gilbert, I'm not laughing at what I'm about to say. I was laughing at a thought that I'll get to. Gilbert didn't look the best in his last 2 fights, maybe 3. And it was disappointing. I don't know what happened. I think the Usman fight changed him a little bit, but he still looked really good. A fight, maybe 2 after that. And then it was like it just dropped off. I'll be honest, they almost look alike with the way they fought. If we take Gilbert's last fight and Colby's last fight, it seems similar. If anything, I would give Colby a little less hesitation. And I don't think Gilbert's last fight was on short notice, but I could be wrong about that. I can't even remember who he fought. But I think that's a great matchup. I think that is 2 names that most of the community knows. We're constantly gaining new fans. So it's hard to stay relevant in this game, specifically right now. And it's hard to have a legacy that you built stay alive right now. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's great for the sport that we have such growth, but it's also challenging in fan conversations with other fans when I'm like, you just started watching 2 or 3 years ago. It's like you miss so much. You never get to see what we see. Like the things that I see in Colby and why I like Colby, someone who just started watching 3 years ago they've never seen it. You know what I mean? So I can get why they don't like Colby or they don't think Colby would succeed. But I guess the same could be said about Usman right now, or not Usman, Gilbert Burns. But anyways, to go in a little more detail, if you didn't get to see the interview or you're wondering how that fight came to be, first off, both compete at 170. So, bada bing, bada boom. It's already made. Give them plenty of notice. They both got fight camps. Colby can make 170 with a fight camp. He just did this last one on, 5 days notice, 8 days notice, 10 days notice. They both used to be pretty good strikers. Colby was a volume striker. Gilbert was really just a power and swing and bang and wasn't scared. They're both looking hesitant with their striking right now. Both are considered world-class grapplers in their grappling field. So Colby's a wrestler, Gilbert's jiu-jitsu. That was a big argument for, now that I think of Gilbert, really, Gilbert looked good against Khamzat Chimaev. He was just one step behind most of the fight, but he was in it the whole time. He wasn't like getting dominated by any means. And his grappling was right there with Khamzat. He was just on the defensive side of grappling. I don't think Colby is as aggressive or as powerful or as explosive as Khamzat. So I think that would be a great matchup, whether they keep it on the feet or they go to the ground, or how they how they choose to fluid the two. You know what? Fluid, what am I saying? Mix the two. That strategy. This is a great matchup. Gilbert Burns versus Colby Covington. That should absolutely be booked. That is the fight that both fighters should take. There isn't a better matchup for either one. You don't want to start taking all low names that people haven't heard of and letting people build off of you. Because whoever loses this fight, you're still not done. You lost to Gilbert Burns or you lost to Colby Covington. So is half the roster. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense, especially when they're at the later half of their career. Yeah, that's a perfect fight. I just wanted to make this video and throw that in there because I made that one. And then once I listened to Submission Radio, I was like, he's not fighting Sean Strickland. He doesn't even want to fight Sean Strickland. He's just being entertaining. So this is the fight Colby Covington should take in 2025. And I mean should by, it'd be good for Colby. It'd be good for Gilbert. The UFC should book it. Oh, in addition to how this fight got made, I kind of got off on the 170 thing and then matching their fighting styles. Chael Sonnen, who's a good friend of Colby's and walked Colby out at the last fight. I don't know what all happened. I caught the video that Chael Sonnen put out where Gilbert has released Chael Sonnen's personal phone number, so Chael is just answering phone calls. The reason Gilbert put out Chael Sonnen's personal phone number is Chael made a video and said that Gilbert was retired. Hey, Cody, quit licking your balls when I'm making a video. Thank you, sir. All right. So, Chael, after Gilbert's last fight, which I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was against. Don't remember. I do remember the ending, and I do remember thinking, Gilbert's getting towards the end of his career. But there's things he could do. Chael was thinking in the post-fight interview that Gilbert said he retired. So, or then maybe Chael tweeted a congratulations to Gilbert on his career for retiring, and it offended Gilbert. So Gilbert tweeted Chael's number out, and everybody's calling Chael. Chael makes a video answering phone calls, being like, "Didn't Gilbert actually retire? Chael wasn't even trying to talk shit." Who knows? Because he's entertaining, but that aspect ties into it too. So Colby in the Submission Radio was like, I'd love to fight Gilbert. He did Chael dirty, putting his number out there. If you want to talk crap or whatever, there's ways to do it. But we're not little kids. We're grown men. And he just tied it into the story, tied it into the promo. So absolutely, as a fan, I would like to see Colby and Gilbert. I think the UFC, that's good for the UFC's business. I think it's a good booking for Colby. I think it's a good booking for Gilbert. I think it's a good matchup. I don't know who I would favor if I was honest right now. I'm going to cheer for Colby, but I like Gilbert. I really do like Gilbert. So I wouldn't bet on it. You know what I'm saying? This, to me, it's a 50-50 toss-up. What do you guys think?